Mark Borkart, Senior Cataloger with Heritage Numismatic Auctions. I'm here with Cheryl Myers, who is a niece of George Walton, her husband Gary Myers, and Paul Montgomery of American Precious Metals.
And tell me, how exciting was it to have this nickel come out and find out that it was the actual real nickel?
Oh, it was more than exciting. You know, just being able to bring Uncle George, our Uncle George, I call him Uncle George, so everybody can call him Uncle George. But for George Walton to finally get the recognition that we felt he deserved, it was very, very exciting for us.
It validated his life, and that is perhaps the most important thing. He had the genuine 1913 nickel that was declared not genuine in 1963, and at that point everybody kind of lost interest in George Walton. He sort of fell out of favor, if you will, with numismatics. But today we know that his nickel is genuine, and we know that he was truly a real numismatist who did a lot of great things for the hobby, and as I say, it sort of validates his life in numismatics.
And Paul, I understand you were head of the company that did the search that found it. Were you even sure it would work when it started?
Absolutely not. Mark and I laugh all the time about a promotion that we were running for to promote an auction, and it was actually our publicist's idea to. And he called me one day on the phone. He said, "Hey, Paul, would you pay $1 million for the missing coin?" And I said, "Of course I would, but it doesn't exist." And I guess I just kind of let him write a press release. And he wrote a press release that was really fantastic, and it was really gimmicky, and it sat on my desk for 3 weeks. For 3 weeks, and I almost didn't run the press release. But we sure enough ran the press release, and we found the coin, and it's been a wonderful journey. 10 years almost now. It's been a fantastic time.
What was funny about that is Paul told me about the promotion. We were offering $1 million for the missing 1913 nickel. I just laughed at him and said, it'll never work. Well, it did work. And we're thrilled because we've gained some wonderful friends as a result.
And it's been so exciting to see all of the other folks in the numismatic industry, or business and hobby, appreciate this coin, which, again, for 40 years was out of sight, unseen, unknown. And it's just been fantastic for us to be able to share that with all of these folks.
Dave.
What does it feel like now that you're going to let it go and turn it back out to the numismatic community?
Somewhat bittersweet for me.
Same for me. Fancy for all of us. We've just enjoyed owning the coin, or realizing that we're owning it, and the friends that we've met along the way. But at the same time, it's like, we're excited because somebody else will get the joy of being able to own the coin.
This is truly one of the great stories in numismatics, and I really am proud to be part of it. And as Mark is, we love being part of it. But it is the story of what we do as a hobby. We go out and look for coins. We go out and try to find that elusive coin that doesn't exist, that we need to plug a hole in our collection. And that's exactly what this whole thing started as. And what really is neat about this is this is a story of a man who was in love with his coin collection. And he had to have a 1913 nickel, and he did, and he actually died owning a 1913 nickel, one of the most important rarities of all time. And so now we have this in the same family here, decades later, and now we have a responsibility as an industry to pass it on to the next owner. And so this story is not going to end just because we're selling it in April. It's going to continue, and that's the legacy of this specific coin. Even over the other four, the Walton coin has a story none of the other ones have, and so that's what's going to make this the most important.
Mark,